guys, welcome to Weight Loss Diaries. It's Thursday and I am here. Sorry I missed last week. It seems like by the time I realize that it is time to vlog, the day is gone. And honestly, if I had probably more success, I would probably be thinking about vlogging more, but I'm not. I have been maintaining, as you guys all know. And yeah, great, but I don't want to maintain here. Topic of the week is tracking. Do you track and what do you track with? Yes, when I'm on and having success, I am tracking, and that is part of my success, is tracking everything I eat. It seems like when I don't, and no matter what, that's when it creeps up on me. That's when I gain weight. It just sucks. I use the Body Bug. It's a Body Bug. It's it's that computerized program, and I've explained it kind of before. So in that program, it has a food tracking system, so I do it in there. In the past, I've used software Calorie King, which I love it, and I also have the large print Calorie King book. So if it's not online in my Calorie King tracking program, I find everything I can find in here. So I highly recommend this Calorie King calorie book. And this is a large print one. It's not super large. I still have to kind of use, but it's bigger than a little tinier one. So I have that, and I love it because it's more graphically. It's very easy to use. It has a lot of fun graphic type things, different areas to show you your different losses and gains and whatnot. And there's a lot of different ones online. Daily Plate, Fit Day, Sparks People. That's just like not even the tip of the iceberg of all the tracking things you do. I don't track things on paper. I have bad handwriting as one, plus doubled with my bad eye vision. I can't even write what I'm writing, and so this just works much better for me, mostly computerized. I did have the program Lose It on my iPod Touch, but with that, it's more successful if you have the iPhone because you have the internet access all the time, and in order to get the data base of all the foods and things, I think you have to be connected to the internet. And well, I only really have the internet around the house because it's Wi-Fi, and why use that teeny little thing when I can put it right on my huge Hewlett Packard. I don't track like my water and things on that. I just have a certain amount of bottles that if I go through those bottles, that's how I track my water. I did have a book that I have made that I do track. I do track my weight in the programs here and see the change in graphs, as well as in the past I have tracked them in a little book, because then later throughout the years I visually can go back and see my changes, and that's the one thing I do track on paper, which I need to take my measurements and do all that very soon. It's kind of ironic when this program came up, or this topic, because I had just started tracking here a few days ago, and then this topic came up. And I do great. And I suppose that's why I'm maintaining, because I'll be on good for so many days. I'll have the weekend will be no tracking, and then I'll be back on to tracking. So I'm doing it enough, and I'm tracking my food probably enough to, like I said, not gain any more weight, but to lose weight. Yeah. But the last couple of days I've really been on track, pretty well. I'm pretty. I gotta smile. I have to measure the success day by day. And I'm having a good couple days. And what has kind of got me there is the other day, Monday, my daughter turned 14, my middle one, freshman, send her off to high school. And I did a little photo album thing of her to put into Facebook, blast from the past, scan some old pictures of her, had to embarrass her, of course, that's what moms do. And during that, I was finding pictures of myself, family pictures, and the one thing that probably gets me the most and that can upset me the most is, and I think everybody relates to that, are pictures of yourself. Don't like them, never have. Now when I've lost my weight, and even when I was at my skinniest, about 180 something, I loved pictures. I smiled, I didn't mind. It was like I finally started loving myself, or the way I looked. And right now, I'm starting to see the pudginess come back to my face and stuff again. So that's kind of like the bells and whistles that are going off. So I started a poster. And these are some different pictures of myself throughout age, time, events, holidays, different sizes, shapes with my kids. Oh, look at that, sitting back. The only one picture I can say when I was heavier that I ever liked of myself this one. Maybe it's because I'm all covered up and you can only see my face. And I have a decent smile. I have a decent look. But if you look at some other ones, like, oh, this one, this was a wedding. You know, some of these facial expressions on your face are just horrible. Because I can look at every one of these events, holidays, and I can remember these outfits, all like this. I just had, well, this one I just had a baby a couple of weeks before, and I had to get into a bridesmaid dress. So, you know, give or take, that one's kind of a, I guess I had a baby, and only, you know, 2 weeks later I had to get into a bridesmaid dress. But, you know, these other things, Easter's, weddings, things, I look at these outfits, and it just shows me, I remember how I felt when I had to try to find something, or what I wore, or how I felt when I was in that. And none of them were very happy. You know, like some of these big family pictures, I had to like, oh, I just dreaded because I never knew what I was going to wear, you know, for your big family things. And my kids, you know, communions and birthdays, I just hated it. So I'm finishing it up. I know I'm going to find a few more. So I'm posting this up because this is a real big reminder to look at that and say, look, you know, because I was all different ages and sizes and years. It just reminds me of how many years I've been heavier, and that I never, you know, how much I didn't enjoy myself and my life as much. And I'm hoping that this will, it's a little visual for me to, yeah, remind me of, you know, all the struggles I've had of finding outfits, doing things. I don't know. It just, these pictures really are hard on me, very hard. And it really, like yesterday, I wanted to have chips and salsa or something in the middle when my kitchen was closed at rest time, and I just, oh, but you know, I thought of these pictures, and I thought of not being able to report to my husband that I had lost a pound or so. I loved being able to tell him every once in a while. I felt so proud of myself, and proud that they were proud of me, and I haven't been able to do that for so long. And it helped me get through that chips and salsa craving. Yeah. So this is all for now, and I really need to do a channel update because I haven't done it for probably a month and a half, a while. I've been hiding from the camera because of, you know, I can start to see the weight gain. Well, the gain that I haven't gained anymore for like how many months, but for a while there, you know, I gained my 30-some back out of the 70-some. I haven't gained it all, but, you know, a third of it, almost, anyways. Gotta look towards the future, right? Okay, everybody have a safe and happy Memorial Day, and we'll see you next week. Bye.